Hey guys, it is Wingy here and welcome to a brand new video on my channel. So, I wanted to talk about the news that the Doctor Who animations may not be happening anymore. Now the thing is, at the time of recording this, I don't actually know for definite exactly what's happening. I don't think anybody knows for definite what is happening. However, it is looking like they're not going to make them anymore. BBC America has pulled from the funding, which means if there's not enough money, then you can't make them. Now for me, I'm not massively worried, but I'll get into that in a little bit. At first, I just want to sort of talk about why I think BBC America have pulled funding from this. See, to me, whenever I see a new Doctor Who animation announced, I always see a ton of people very excited that I know for a fact are going to go out there and buy them, whether it's just a standard DVD or Blu-ray, or whether that's the Steelbook. And typically, when you see the DVD charts, they're always up there. You always see them on Amazon as top sellers. So the fact that they pull out is a little bit strange to me because they always seem to do well. So you'd think they'd carry on that trend and keep doing them. However, from what I've read from other people, and again, this isn't like 100% the truth, it's just from what I've seen. Apparently over in America, they don't do that well. And apparently the marketing for them isn't that good, so that's probably why they don't do so well. Again, I don't know for definite how true that is, but then again, if it's BBC America that has pulled out of the funding and they're not doing too well in the States, then you can kind of understand why this had happened. But at the same time, Doctor Who as a franchise is still pretty big in America. Like, it might not be as big as it once was, the same way it isn't really as big over here as it once was, and I know some people argue that, but it isn't. I mean, I've said it before, like, the shop presence of Doctor Who just isn't what it used to be, and I think that's not even because of this current era, it's because of the previous ones as well. I don't think after Series 5, Doctor Who really felt like it was in the public consciousness the same way that it once was back when David Tennant was the Doctor. But that's not to say that there isn't still a demand for Doctor Who, whether it is in this country, in America, across the world, there are Doctor Who fans. Like, pick a place, throw a dart at a map, there'll probably be a Doctor Who fan there. Fucking hell, throw a dart towards the moon, you'll probably find a Doctor Who fan there. But the point is, it is weird that, like I said, I have seen the fan base over in America, and the fact that they don't seem to sell as well over there, I don't really get it. Now, I understand that there's quite a few people out there, not just in America, but sort of worldwide, who don't like the animations. I've seen several people say stuff like, they'd much rather, you know, wait until the original story is discovered and they're not going to bother with the animations because it's just a poor imitation of the original story. And to a certain extent, I do kind of understand that criticism. At the end of the day, these animations, they're not the original story. They are a reconstruction in some way, shape or form. And you are bound to lose an element of the original story because, you know, you can't really replicate 100% what Patrick Troughton was doing, or what William Hartnell was doing, or how a scene was shot, or anything like that. So I do get that to a certain extent. However, if you are being totally honest with yourself, the longer and longer it goes without these stories being rediscovered, the less chance there is that they're actually going to be found, and they are probably gone forever. Like, there's three options for the stories that are missing currently. They're either gone forever, or they are hidden away somewhere in some random African or Australian basement somewhere and someone just hasn't found it yet, or someone knows exactly where some of these stories are and is holding on to them and is not going to publicly release them. Now, for certain stories, all of these things may be true, as in, like, not for every single story, it doesn't exist anymore and someone has it. I mean, for all the stories that are missing, that's probably a mix of all of them. So some might exist still hidden away somewhere that we don't know about, some might be in a private collection, and some might genuinely be gone forever. But the point is, as of right now, we don't have them. And as much as people have criticised the animations, as much as I've said negative things towards the animations, I still love them and I appreciate what they do because it's not an easy task. And yes, they have got things wrong. There are some things in it where it does come across like it was rushed, or, you know, more budget could have gone into it and things like that. But at the end of the day, this is the best that we're going to get. I still think that they are very, very important, and I love the fact that we are still getting them for the time being. These, for a lot of people, are the only way that, unless you were around in the 60s, that you're going to actually see these stories again. And to see them potentially disappear really is sad, you know, like, yes, they can be better, but they're still fantastic for what they are. Like, these people who are animating them, they're kind of working backwards. They're using sound and animating on top of it. Usually the animation comes first and then you add the sound. So I don't envy the people that are doing the job to recreate these, because I get that it's difficult. And like I say, it is a shame that even though we're not even, I don't even think we're even halfway through the missing stories yet, they're potentially not going to happen anymore. But the reason why I say potentially is because I genuinely do not think that after the Abominable Snowmen, that is the last we're going to see of the animations. There is 100% no way that they are just going to be left. And the reason why I'm so confident in saying that is because I'm a Doctor Who fan and I know Doctor Who fans. Do you honestly think that they're just going to leave it? There is someone out there who is going to recreate them, whether it is a fan doing it in their own personal time, animating themselves, or another big budget company is going to come in and animate it because one of the art directors there, one of the managing directors, whoever it might be, they're probably a Doctor Who fan and they will see a gap in the market. Even if BBC America do pull out, because I don't know if it's 100% definite yet, but even if they do, someone else is bound to swoop in. Like I say, whether it's in a professional production sense or an amateur is going to come in and do it. The way that Doctor Who fans are, I mean, I might not be speaking for everybody here, but I'm definitely speaking for myself and quite a few people that I know, we're completists. We want to see everything, we want to have everything, and even if it isn't the original story, even if it isn't, you know, the original broadcast version of, you know, pick a missing story, we're still going to want to have it in some way, shape or form. And some of the telesnap versions of the episodes, they serve a purpose, but you know, they are no good. Like, I'll always say that they aren't very good. But the animations, whilst they're not the same level, like I say, they're not 100 miles away. They're pretty close. And so I think the love and the passion from the fans will revive these some way, shape or form. So whilst it's disheartening and disappointing at the minute, I'm not worried. And I am pretty sure that someone out there is going to take the reins and they are going to go and animate all these different stories, because that's what we want. You know, like I say, there's a demand. I want it. You probably want it watching this video. It's going to happen. However, if it doesn't, then everything I've said was wrong and you can blame me. How about that? Blame me. If it doesn't happen again, blame me because I've jinxed it. I really hope that doesn't happen now, because I feel like I will have the wrath and fury of several thousand people coming right at me if that is the case. But either way, in the comments below, guys, let me know what you think of the news that the Doctor Who animations potentially will end. Do you think, like me, like optimistically or maybe stupidly, that they're bound to come back again in some way, shape or form? Or do you think they're dead in the water? Or whatever it is, just tell me. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe for more. Social media and Patreon links will be in the description as always. So if you'd follow me on any of those things, I'd absolutely love you forever. But until next time, guys, you take care of yourselves. Goodbye.